plot styles. So maybe you're wondering, why do we assign different line thicknesses for the colors? Well, we do that because we're able to uh, change per color its properties. So we can say a color red, for example, to print as black. Our laser printers print only black and white, or sorry, not white, black and gray scale. Now, for red, we say, let's assign a thickness of 0.13. So you can do that. Now, what's the advantage of this? If, for example, you have a plot scale that is 1 to 100, maybe we can use red at 0.13. What if we want to use that same drawing and print it at 1 to 10? Then this will be a lot thinner. So we can say, well, make red a thicker color. So by creating a different plot style, we can easily just change the plot style and then in effect, change the line thickness. So red is 0.13, black. Uh, color 2 or yellow is black at 0.5. Okay, so these are the different colors. All of these colors 1 to 8 will be printed as black, so you need to change it to black. And then the line thickness for Arch CTB are the following. Okay, so notice I can just change the plot style to an arch thick plot style, and the color will now have and will print a thicker color. So how do you do that? Well, let's go to AutoCAD and let's just create, for example, by going to the Layout tab, right-click on it and click on Page Setup Manager. So you need to right-click on the layout name or the tab itself. So right-click, this will pop out and click on Page Setup Manager. And then you modify that. So for example, set the printer, right, to tabloid, then the paper, the printer to Microsoft Print to PDF, paper size, let's say 11 by 17 tabloid, and then choose either millimeter or inches. So for millimeter, you select 1 to 1 because you're printing the paper. So you want it to print at scale 1 to 1, which is the 279 by 42 size of the paper. If you say inches, then you also want to say 1 to 1 and print 11 by 17 inches. So let's go back to millimeter, 1 to 1. And here is where you select your ArchCTB. Your ArchCTB, if you have this file, if you've downloaded it, if you look at or edit this by clicking this button right here, you see colors 1, 2, right? They're all black, right? 3, 4, the color 8, right? So you can select any of this and they will all print in black. And then each color will have a particular line weight. So 0.13, okay, 0.5, 0.13, 0.7, okay. Now, if you do not have a ArchCTB, right, then you can also create a new one, a new plot style. So if you're a CAD manager, right, you might want to know this. So you start from scratch, right? Give it a name. So let's say Arch for ArchCTB, or let's just say Arch new or thin, let's say, right? Uh, okay, and then say next, and then finish. And then from here, you can edit it. So color 1 to 8, right? So you can select by holding down the shift key, the different colors, and then assign a color it will print to. So let's say black. It's funny that, if you select color 2, you can actually print color 2 as red. That will actually put or make it confusing for some of your users if you're a CAD manager. So you don't want to do that, but you can. So color 1, let's say, will have a certain line weight. So 0.13 in this case, right? Or yeah, 0.13. Let's double check. Yeah, 0.13. And then color 2 is 0.5, right? So you select the color. So that will print in black. And then you say 0.5. Okay. And you do that again and again until you reach color 8. Now, the rest of the colors, like color 9 down to color 255, right? So let me just cancel this. I won't save. I won't save this, right? Just close. Now, again, right click, page setup manager, modify. Just change this to Arch CTB, and then make sure you display the plot style. Okay, click OK and close. So that's how you set the plot style. Now, in case you have the Arch CTB for your laptops, right, you can go to the big A and then under print, go down and say manage plot styles. This will open. Simply copy in your laptop the Arch CTB here. So download and then paste the Arch CTB in this folder, and you will have the Arch CTB. For that matter, you can copy the rest by doing the same thing in the CAD labs. Copy the Arch, for example. Do I have an Arch stick? No, this is my laptop, so I don't have the Arch stick here yet. But you can get that from the CAD labs. Okay, now colors 9 to 255, they will print in grayscale. And that is actually beautiful, right? If you need to de-emphasize, let's say, cross-hatching, shades, shadows that you can use, right? So you can do that with a colored hatch pattern, solid hatch pattern, let's say, and use these colors. So that can also be beautiful to use to de-emphasize some of the drawings, like trees, for example, or if you have a human figure, so you want them in a particular shade of gray, use these colors. And you can access this by going to your AutoCAD, again, right click. When you are assigning, for example, let's say for this one, right, you can assign a color to this by going to the Home tab and then select more colors. So you see this, very similar to the one I'm showing you. So if you want, something like this, so that's the third color. So I can choose that third color instead, right? So that color, these colors here are, this is color 38, right? So you can see the color number or index color number here. So that's color 38, right? And color 38 will print this way. Okay, so those are our color standards. Next, we're going to talk about text standards.